If they want me to eat it, I'm not going to eat a crow, nor I'm going to eat any corn. You understand me? I'm not eating crow or corn. Anything actually that starts with the letter C, I don't think I'm going to eat it. Collard greens, probably not going to eat those either, just by association.
Crab? You're not eating crab?
No, probably not.
Wow. Okay.
Hello and welcome. My name is Grinning Moon, and these are our wonderful cast has returned. Currently, Melly was a little bit overwhelmed with her schedule, so she's going to be out for the week, but she'll be back next session. Kind of going on with the session kind of theme here. We might have another little bit of a hiatus just due to a couple things coming up in the next weeks, but we'll keep you posted on Twitter and stuff like that, and on the Discords. But anyway, I'd like to go around and just introduce everybody here. We have a wonderful cast and crew here for Occult Origins. We're in our 9th chapter, and we're just getting in deep now. And we have titled it, and I say we by a collective, but really I named it the question, because that's weird and it has all sorts of implications. But anyway, all that aside, thank you everybody here in chat. It's lovely to see you. There's a bunch of ways that you can support us. Just watching live, of course, is like the biggest way, honestly. It's always lovely to see, and all the little anecdotes and stuff in chat kind of go a long way to kind of motivate us. There is YouTube, sharing, caring. If you see the videos on there, and you can share those around to various discords of RPGs, blah blah blah, people who enjoy this kind of stuff. Feel free. We do a tweet every time we go live, so retweeting that helps. And then you also have the Hand of Fate redeems, which are in the channel point redeems below. It's 1,000 channel points, and you can give some good basically automatic successes and automatic fails to your favorite characters and stuff. So let's just go around real quick. We'll go around and introduce everybody. We'll start kind of from the ground up. So Garbo first.
Hi, I'm Garbot. I stream on Wednesdays. I am playing George Schultz, who is kind of trying to lead this investigation while also trying to not get everybody killed. Last week a lot has happened. We had that whole theater situation, but hopefully we get somewhere a little further today, even without Melly.
Yes, indeed. And then over to Fickle.
Hey, what's up? I'm Fickle Ficus, or Brian. I play Roary Shack. The forget about it, fuck you guy in the party. I make stuff sometimes. I'm here on Twitch and elsewhere as the Fickle Ficus, if you feel like hanging out. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say.
And then over to Squingle.
Hello, I'm Squingleberg, also Troy, but I am playing Billy Graves. I am a hunter, a keen-eyed old man that has a knack for getting himself into trouble. Hopefully not too much trouble today. I stream sometimes. I'm a dungeon master. I like games. I like science fiction. Yeah, cool shit.
And with that all set, I'll go ahead and just get us into the story itself, and we'll just roll the trailer. We'll see you here in a minute.
Okay.
So, to set the stage, it is morning of the 2nd of September in 1920. A pale gray light streaks past the half-drawn curtains, washing the rooms in a half-light as the occupants of the beds stir restlessly in their sleep, muttering and fidgeting. One woman with an eye patch is trapped in unconscious terror as she thrashes in her sheets, kicking them from her before tumbling out of bed with a thump. Thump. As she kind of comes to, she blearily looks around the room.
She'll get up and kind of check to see if everybody else is still down.
Everybody else is still in bed, but they're slowly coming to. Well, Livi next to you kind of stirs out of her sleep, looks at you. Are you okay?
Yeah, just step out. I'll be back shortly.
Okay. She kind of like shakes something off and kind of rolls back over.
Georgia will kind of collect herself and go to head out to send the message she needs to send.
Okay. As she kind of gets ready, it's still early morning. It's only like maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock. The next door, both Billy and Roary also kind of stir from their sleep. The smell of rotting corn playing about their nostrils after the vivid nightmare they just had. Billy?
Yeah.
You feel a mild, just, the twinge of a headache just behind your forehead. Yeah. But there's a little bit of a lightheadedness and a bit of a euphoric feeling almost.
Interesting. a euphoric headache.
It's euphoria with it's more like euphoria with the tinge of a headache.
Okay, gotcha.
Like
I had So did that dream not rattle me as much? Like how do I trying to like?
It's more so as you wake up, you're actually physically woozy, and as you get that head rush, that lightheaded, that euphoric feeling comes in.
I see. Huh.
Just had another fucked up dream.
Oh. Yeah. Listen, I don't know how helpful it is if we dwell on that kind of thing. That doesn't seem normal now, does it? I feel weird. I feel very weird.
You also had a fucked up dream.
Yeah, but I don't think we should. Listen, son, we men don't talk about that kind of thing. We don't need to. I don't think there's any use in dwelling on it. I think we should just forget about it, focus on our mission. Don't let it get into your head. See, I feel fine now. Yeah, I feel great.
Okay.
We're well rested. Not very convincing.
All right.
A cup of coffee and you'll be back. You'll be back at it. Won't even remember it. I promise.
And I'm not. Okay. Cool. I'll get up and try to find a coffee maker.
Thank you, Query. I'll go ahead and get that. As you get up and you start putting some instant coffee in the pot, you hear Georgia's the creaking from the other room of somebody kind of getting ready in the morning. As you kind of go over and you look at the
I'll make a second cup to take over as well.
you head over, and with that, let me go ahead and switch over to the board real quick. You look at a reorganized board for information. Seems that maybe Georgia took the liberty of reorganizing the thoughts of what was going on.
Cool.
So,
Georgia.
looking here, basically everything to the left is the Corbett case and the Corbett House case, with the Rockport cult, the thing in question, that's kind of at the center, and we have a couple people of interest. Sarah Deming, D'Andrew Wright, and Reverend Jackson Sardonicus. There's ties to Rockport Granite that are marked here. Also, Samara's postcard to Livi is here, with a mentioned Gabriel figure that's unknown and hasn't been encountered by you, I don't think. But yeah, this is just kind of reorganizing the thoughts and stuff like that. But with that, there's a couple tasks that may need to be addressed. As you set up Livy set up a meeting with set up a meeting with Samara at the bakery at around 10 a.m. this morning, so that there's that to execute. You also found a number of glinting objects in the city that were kind of embedded into buildings that you want to investigate. On the list was the sloop and the graveyard. Obviously, the Pigeon Cove Chapel was also on the list, among things like the railroad and the police station. So yeah, just to kind of reframe what you've learned and stuff like that. So
Okay. And what time is it now?
about 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning.
We've got a couple hours before whatever that meeting is, hopefully.
Mhm.
Georgia, morning.
Alright, alright.
Copper?
Sleep. Alright? Yes.
Sure. No, but that's fine. Had weird dreams again.
Yeah. So did we. What this time? As she kind of starts nursing on this coffee.
Well, a lot of that cult stuff again. Like tentacles pulling me into other places, a dead crow. I don't know, I'm saying it out loud now because I'm gonna forget it. You know how dreams go.
Oh, absolutely.
Hooded figures. Place that looked a lot like that painting that Livy saw.
She begins kind of like rambling a little bit and starts looking around for her notebook or a piece of paper and a pencil just to jot down the chant. They were saying something. If I shit, what was it? I'm really just kind of
Just
Yeah.
yeah.
ad-libbing.
Yeah. Because I don't have it in front of me.
So as you kind of get down the details of the dream kind of onto some form of paper, you kind of have a little bit more of a written document to kind of solidify the memory. And kind of together you can kind of compile a fairly accurate depiction.
I think Billy might have had the dream too. He's just not ready to talk about it.
Denying it isn't going to make it go away.
Why keep him saying no?
At least for now.
It's the best we can hope for.
So,
As long as everything...
oh, sorry.
Yeah, what's on the docket, Georgia? I'm kind of defaulting to you at this point.
Well, Billy has that meeting with Satanicus later this evening.
Right.
Hopefully that goes neutrally. Can't even hope for well.
Samara, which is, in a few hours here. So,
Do hope that goes well.
yeah.
Little. Isn't the bakery over by the, it's right next to the pharmacy, isn't it? Not
It's
mistaken.
a block
believe you.
and a half away.
Block and a half away.
Why you ask? Why do you... Yeah.
I just... Oh. Somebody from the organization was in the pharmacy when I went in last night for flowers, so... Just
Ah.
didn't want us being too close, if anything. The bakery looked alright when you were there, yes?
I don't remember seeing anything out of the ordinary at the bakery, no. So yes, it looked all right.
Well,
Do I
hopefully it
remember seeing
remains that
anything out of the
way.
ordinary at the bakery? I don't remember seeing anything ordinary at the bakery.
No, it's
Yeah.
just got the one baker in there. It's a
Yeah.
pretty small bakery, but it's pretty busy for what it is.
Yeah. But it wasn't like I didn't see like, I don't know.
There was
A bunch
nobody
of
with a
different-
tattoo. Nobody was.
Yeah,
you didn't hear
see
weird
a
chanting in the back.
sacrifice.
Yeah,
They didn't
wasn't
show you.
anything
There wasn't like a
baked into the
tentacle
bread.
in your donut. You know.
I didn't find a feather in my pie.
No, no, nothing quite like that.
My meat pie.
The fingernail was odd, but you just let that pass. That's
Right,
happened
there you go.
before.
Yeah.
There it is.
Uh-huh. Lovely. Lovely.
Lovely. So yes, as you kind of set up the bakery meeting, there's also just to kind of go over meta, the message Georgia wants to send, and then you have time to probably investigate at least one of the glowing
These
objects.
little
So,
spots, yeah.
so
Probably better if we did the graveyard probably sometime during the day. Wouldn't want to look too suspicious. Creeping around at night and all.
So you want to do that now?
Well, I mean, we'll have time to kill. Somebody should go with Livi, but the two of us can manage a little graveyard walk.
Sure.
So, and then, yeah. With
So
that,
George and I to the graveyard, and Billy and Livy to the bakery.
yeah,
Maybe I'll like be coming down the stairs or something, and looking as best slept as I possibly can, but not hiding it well, really. Be like, I think I'll say like, yeah, sounds like y'all made a plan. I'll keep an eye out on Livy.
Just need to make a stop. Need to get word over to Mr. Knott.
Sure. I mean,
Tell him we're having a lovely time.
George and I are going to take the car.
Yeah, fair enough.
Probably rose fairly well through here, yeah?
it's not too far
It's a
away.
nice walk. Yeah, it's a nice, healthy walk. And is there any? I can't remember where are we at the Seaward Inn?
You're at the Seaward Inn,
Yeah.
and the trolley runs
Reminds
around.
me of an Arrested Development joke.
Should
But
be something.
and then could we potentially like I don't know so is it Bradley Bros Rent and Tackle that is on the way?
Yeah, that's
the
the
bakery?
that's where the red motif is.
The
Where
red
the-
motif?
The
That's
the
Bradley
barn,
Wharf.
the Bradley Wharf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I thought it was one of these dots were one of the items that we saw, the little shiny things that we saw from the island.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. It's both.
Yeah. So maybe we'll just kind of on the way to the bakery, we'll just kind of take a quick peruse. See if there's, if it's all in the up and up.
Fair enough.
Maybe not go in, just kind of scope it out.
Right. Just be careful.
Yeah. I'm always careful. You know me, Georgia.
I think that's what she's worried about.
Only a little.
Listen,
I'm
I
doing
wouldn't
well.
do anything to ruin Livy's reunion with her kin. I'll keep my head down. I promise.
Alright.
All right, let's do it.
And as you kind of head out, as you kind of head down the hall and into the lobby, the Sarah, the receptionist, you notice that she's kind of a little bit red in the face and just kind of there's a little bit of, she lost the pep in her step, as it were. She seems a little bit under the weather, and she kind of waves to you as you leave. She, have a nice day.
Oh. Hey, you should try to get some rest. Perhaps a cup of tea.
Well, no, I'm doing the tea, and then she kind of pulls a thing out of her pocket, and it's a little blue bottle. This is, doctor prescribed this, so it's been doing pretty well to keep me awake. Thank you.
Hey, take care of yourself. Try to get some rest, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Have a nice day. And she kind of just goes back to kind of a little bit of the stupor she was in as you leave.
I wonder if sleep's their problem.
I'm beginning to think so. Mr. Green, the gentleman we met the first night who was the fainter, he was also having trouble sleeping.
I'm wondering if these dreams that we're having are not because it's us, and it's because we're here.
Oh, you finally got here. Welcome.
What do you mean?
If you think that you thought we were having the dreams just because it was us.
Yeah?
People around town have been having the dreams for a week, at least.
Yeah?
Why would it just be us?
So I don't know. Because we all shared the same dream. I thought it was like a connection between I don't know. I just thought we had like protagonist energy or something.
No, something's coming, Roary, something we may be running out of time for, but we do what we can.
I know. Yeah, of course. So, graveyard then, right?
Yes, hopefully the week goes off without a hitch, as one would say.
Alright. Okay. I'm driving. I'll get in the car.
And as you rattle up the engine, get in the car, you putter off and head towards the cemetery. As they leave, that leaves Billy and Livi to kind of head off to Bradley Brothers Rent and Tackle. It's about, well, as you kind of head out, it's about probably 7:30, 7:45, somewhere in there. And there's still plenty of time to get over to the cafe, even if you to walk, so there's plenty of time to poke around over there. So as you make your way over there, you quickly pass the old garden road with the sea kind of over to your to right. The fog still thick and heavy over the town. As you reach the wharf, there is a new set of painters out front. Probably about 2 or 3 of them, who are all painting various parts of the landscape and whatnot. As you kind of pass them and head up the dock to where you saw the plaque, which was on one of the buildings up there, you approach the Red Barn, or what's officially known as the Motif 1, and it sits out at the end of the wharf. It's very old. It's probably over 100 years old at this point, and looks like it's been used for multiple purposes over the years, but currently it's fashioned into a bit of a residential home. If you remember correctly from the rumors and stuff, it was Adam Alexander's house, actually. Something about him winning it in a poker game comes to your mind as you kind of come around. The building has a couple doors. As you kind of make your rounds around it, you kind of check a knob or two, but they're all locked. And it has several windows that are all kind of a little higher, but the ones that are reachable are also locked. As you kind of wrap around the north side of the stone wharf, there's a bronze metal plate. Well, it looks bronze at a distance, but as you get close, you realize it's just a layer of kind of moss.
Okay.
And as you kind of clear it away, it's that brownish kind of turns away, and you realize that this is gold.
Gold plate. Does it have anything like inscribed on it? Kind of like the plaque at the lighthouse.
It does. As you kind of slough off, it's kind of faded. A lot of it's worn from the sea. But you can kind of see the pebble, just kind of like the leftovers of like maybe 3 lines. Something's about seekers should look between, and that's about all you can read.
All right. Could I like maybe take a piece of paper out of like one of my diaries where I've been keeping extensive
take a
notes
rubbing
and
of
do
it?
a little, yeah,
Yeah.
Indiana Jones style.
Yeah, sure. As you kind of do that, pull it out. I don't know if we just throw a D100 out there and we'll see how.
Okay.
We'll call it a 50-50 shot.
1 and 4.
Yeah, hell yeah. With that, you kind of take the etching. You kind of rub your shirt on the surface to kind of get the moisture away before you start getting the etching, and take the rubbing of it quickly and pull it away. And it says, you kind of make out what the impression originally said. It says, "Seekers should look between the Cyclops that were blinded for blood."
Well, that's fucking weird. What the fuck that means? Livi! I go and show Livi what I found. What do you think? Without putting you in a position to roleplay for Livi, we would talk about the meaning of that for a little bit as we, maybe get back along the path as I try to think of as a Cyclops in this city. Have I seen
Maybe
any
something
kind of
will come-
Cyclops in this city?
Maybe something will come to us as we move along.
Maybe.
Just, we have the note, we have the
Good
evidence, let's go.
All right.
Before somebody
So we'll
sees
keep-
us.
Yeah. Keep walking.
As you kind of head over to the Sandy Bay Bakery, we're going to switch over to Garbo and Fickle's perspective here, as I...
Georgia
the thing.
and Roary.
So, do we know where in the graveyard we're looking?
Oh, I think we should be able to find it fairly all right. She kind of pulls out the map and, gives him, when there's a second to show him where, kind of where they're going.
As I realize I'm still on the board.
It's okay.
There's so many buttons.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
With all the rest being on actual buildings, we could be looking for a mausoleum.
Okay. Sure. Is there one that is like a mausoleum at the top of the hill that feels like it would be obviously that one, or?
As you get, sorry, give me.
Yeah.
I have a lot of screens that had just shifted on me.
Yeah.
Dropping the ball just temporarily. Don't mind me. As you make your way to the cemetery, you notice, as you're kind of driving there, kind of discussing your plans, as you're passing one of the main streets, you notice that, and you're pretty sure you recognize him, Colonel Hall. He's taking these long, measured strides down the sidewalk back towards the memorial hall. Strikes you as odd, but it doesn't cause you to stop or slow down or anything. Just okay. And as you kind of head to the cemetery, which is just another block down the street, you turn onto the gravel road into the woods as you roll onto the cemetery grounds. As you kind of pull into up to one of the lanes and just park, getting out, you realize that there's lanes of mausoleums in this area, and the place is pretty laden with crypts and full structures, so there may be a little searching to be involved here. That being said, it is in a bit of a clearing, so you can kind of rule out from the perspective, just because of the forest, that it would probably be in the north end, kind of north or west end of the cemetery.
Okay.
Despite what the map says.
Well, why don't you take one side, I'll take the other side, and we'll meet in the middle.
Sounds good. And the search
We'll just start
begins.
looking. Yeah, start searching crypts.
So as you go ahead and give me navigate rolls.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I'm not gonna be great at that.
It's okay.
I may or may not be okay with it.
A fail
Let's see.
fail doesn't mean you don't find it. It just means it takes a while.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not bad. That's pretty damn close.
Okay. So with that, as you kind of fan out and begin to wander through the sleepy rows of tombstones and mausoleums, kind of basked in the mist, Roary, you actually kind of you hear the sound of shoveling kind of nearby, and as you kind of round one of the bigger headstones, you actually see a very large, muscular man with brown skin and long brown hair, kind of shoveling heaps of dirt back into an open grave.
Somebody die?
He leers at you as you kind of mention this and takes notice of you. He's like, whose business is it yours?
Gonna pay my respects.
He kind of looks you up and down. He's like, you're not from around here.
No. Are you?
Not originally. So,
well,
you'd lose somebody here?
You could say that. Something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, just paying my respects. So, do you know what happened to this guy?
Didn't know when to stop.
Yeah. That seems to be a problem a lot these days.
Indeed. He kind of turns back and begins shoveling, kind of shrugging you off. You, have a good neat day.
So, it's weirdly cryptic. Just gonna keep looking.
Fair enough. As Georgia kind of rolls through the west end of the cemeteries, you
As I'm leaving, is there a gravestone on where they're digging?
Yes.
Can I read what it says?
Norma Schultz.
Okay.
Different spelling.
Okay. Not a name
Um,
I recognize, though.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
As you-
Does anything stand out as I'm kind of perusing,
As you
taking time?
you actually as you kind of search the perimeter, kind of weaving in and out of mausoleums, you end up finding the one with the plaque.
Is there a name on the site?
As you kind of round to the front and look at the wrought iron gate, you notice that the tomb reads Thomas Prang. And I'll type that in chat for you if you want.
Prang?
Prang.
Prang? I was thinking Krang from TMNT. My bad.
Yep. You're okay. I knew where you were going.
Thomas Prang. Okay, interesting. Is there anybody that I can see nearby?
There are like 16 cultists walking in and out of this smells. No, I'm just no. There's nobody around here.
Okay.
You do see the big lug that you brought with you,
Georgia,
kind of like across the graveyard. Across the graveyard, probably about 30 yards away or so.
That weird limpy run. Okay. So I see Roary. I don't see the keeper.
No.
I'm going to try to get a look at this plaque.
As you round back around the back, you find the golden plaque again, and looking at it, the words are in some unknown language. You recognize some of these characters from the tomb, but they're not in a hieroglyph or a known written language, at least not one academically known.
Okay. Get an etching of it. A rubbing, rather.
Fair enough. And as you do that, a couple crows caw overhead, and Roary kind of sees you and kind of makes his way over to meet with you.
Find it?
I'm actually quite interested. I'm hoping I can find something back at the room to translate this. Look, and she'll kind of, getting away from the tomb itself and kind of showing him the. She'll write in a little more darkly the actual markings, so he can actually see them clearer.
Yeah, that's weird.
I only vaguely recognize a couple of these, but maybe there might be something in the Libra Boris.
As you
I can only hope.
As you kind of round back to the front, there's a sweetly dank aroma that emanates from the mausoleum as you kind of approach the wrought iron gate.
What's smoking that shit? Joking.
Dank aromas.
Yeah.
The 1920s chronic?
That smells familiar somehow.
You're not wrong. We should probably get going.
Yeah. I mean, I have that creeping urge to look inside, but
We'll get an opportunity later.
A wind
I'm
blows,
sure.
and you see that the door kind of squeaks on the hinges. It's not locked.
I was... The god literally tempts me to look inside right now.
of like doesn't stop him, but is also like looking around in a bit of a panic, trying like you see she's struggling internally.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my lighter and take a look inside.
Okay.
She'll follow.
Okay. As you kind of head inside, at first glance, all that is inside is a simple stone crypt that kind of sits in the center of the room. But kind of stepping in, you see that there's a steel panel behind the crypt. And as you kind of look closer, you realize it's a trap door leading down.
And it's openable? Like is there a handle I can pull on?
As you grab the handle, you pull on it, and it's a little heavy, but it comes loose and opens, and you see a ladder that descends into the darkness.
I don't actually know this, but that's not normal, right? That's not normal, right, Georgia?
Oh, well, I mean, it depends. Sometimes they're used as escape routes from other areas. There is the quarry, but I don't know why it would stretch this far south.
Are there coffins, are there mausoleum, like tombs inside of this crypt, or is it just a trapdoor leading down inside of a stone slab?
I mean, going this way, it shouldn't be. There's usually secret chambers and such, and nothing really here.
Towards the edges of the walls, are there any like tombs, like?
This is a simple single-person crypt, so it's the mausoleum and then the single, stone sarcophagus.
There is a coffin in the center, or like there's some sort of sarcophagus in the center. Or
yeah,
no?
I think that's what the crypt is. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm asking. Is like there's
a single
it's
stone.
Not just an empty stone room. There is some sort of like pedestal with a sarcophagus in the center.
Yes, exactly. And then as you kind of like stepped in, you could see behind it, kind of was hidden by perspective.
And the sarcophagus is completely covered with like a stone slab.
Yeah.
And stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Americans to have secret rooms in their mausoleums.
Especially in a town like this. It's not
Yes.
like this. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. This isn't a bootlegging door, so I don't know what it is.
George is gonna make sure that door is closed.
As you go back to
The gate
close,
door.
as you kind of go to turn around, you hear the of a shotgun. Don't you move a goddamn muscle, or I'll shoot you where you stand. That's where we'll leave you guys for a moment, as we go back over to Livi and Billy's perspective as they arrive at the bakery. Lovely. As you arrive kind of at the clandestine meeting, as it were, Livi kind of nervously says for you to kind of wait outside, maybe down the street, so you don't like make a lot of noise. Don't make a huge fuss, all that fun stuff. Like, don't make a scene.
Fuck no, I won't make no scene. I'll be keeping an eye out. Don't you worry about it.
Just don't make a huge deal about yourself, okay?
Yes.
Like, I know
Billy's
you like...
incognito. Farnsworth is incognito. Wink. And I say wink.
Okay. Okay. And she kind of... You're like a little bit early. She gets there probably...
Oh.
Yeah.
And if you need help, just go like this. And I'll know. I'll come in and help.
Okay.
Don't forget the signal now.
Yeah. And yes. And she kind of like walks off down the sidewalk and enters the shop. You check your watch. It's about 9:55, and you see her walk in. She orders a donut from behind the counter and kind of takes a seat. Over the next 15 minutes pass. You get through maybe a cigarette or two. The only thing that really traffic goes by, normal thing. The crow guy down the crow stall down the street is shouting and doing his thing. People are coming and buying it. I don't know which one's weird.
With anybody? Is she sitting down with
She's
the meeting
alone. She's kind of picking at her nails, being nervous.
The whole time, all by herself, huh?
What you do notice with your keen eye, is that there's a light brown haired young man, kind of sitting across the street from you are, pinned up, looking at the front of the shop, kind of like pacing nervously.
Like him. Nervously pacing, huh?
Another 15 minutes pass, and almost an hour passes, about 45 minutes, and no one enters the shop.
Like this.
As she kind of steps out, begins walking over to you, you hear a little whistle from the side street where that boy was patched up. And she kind of turns her head, crosses the street, and you see a little bit of an interaction there. Looks a little bit awkward and frantic, but he hands her a piece of paper or something, and kind of shoots back down the alley, and she kind of shakes her head, kind of turns to you and begins walking back. That was Howard.
Huey? From your date?
Yes. He didn't look too good. He gave me this note, and he kind of holds up the little piece of paper and just says, it's in some Sam's handwriting. It says to be at the theater tonight at 9.
Whoa. Well,
meet behind the theater at 9.
Theater at 9.
She obviously was,
That's your key. Well, I look around like, is this a good place to be having this conversation? We're kind of out in the middle of it.
Oh,
huh?
yeah. And you kind of begin walking down an alley.
Living incognito, all right?
Well, yeah.
Incognito.
You. Okay, well, I guess you did good this time, but still.
No, be cool. We'll walk back.
So as
start walking back, cool as cucumber.
She's a little bit more nervous, and like you can tell there's something biting at her to say, but she holds it back until when she's back here and can say it herself. So yes. From here, are you heading back just to the?
Yeah, we'd head back there. We'd try to. If that was our rendezvous, otherwise we might go to the graveyard to meet up with. If it was like on the way, maybe we'd go to the graveyard.
It's about 11.
See if they're still around there.
You can hop on the trolley and it drops you off right by the graveyard.
Yeah. We'll kind of meet up with our friends.
Sounds good.
Having a very great chat on the trolley. Very great. It's a great place to have a chat because it's all noisy and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you're having a good time.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love trains. Billy's generally pretty pleased with this.
So as you we kind of fade away from that scene a little bit, and we head to our other friends. Where's the good music? There it is. The man, kind of, a barrel of a shotgun's leveled at you as you stand in the crypt, kind of, with your hand in the cookie jar, as it were. Livi, you're first. Roary, you're a little bit further back. He's like, now, step out of the crypt slowly, with your hands where I can see them. And he kind of takes a step back and swings the door open.
We don't want any trouble here, right? And she has her hands like fully visible. Not stirring the pot, just very slowly making her way out. Curiosity killed the cat, as they say. Didn't mean no harm.
Yeah, well, cat's got 9 lives to play with.
Do we know this guy?
This is the keeper.
Oh, who I just saw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I told you we were here. What we were here for. What's the problem?
You ain't no kin of Thomas Prang.
You know Thomas Prang?
He kind of blinks at you a few times. Yeah. Not personally, but I've been tending him as long as I've been here.
Look, we've been looking up Thomas Prang for a long time. Finally being at his gravesite is like, gives me some real peace of mind.
Yeah, that's why you're behind playing around with that trap door back there, right?
We didn't know there was a trap door down there. We were very confused when we found that.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you don't want no trouble, we're going to go for a little walk. If you run, try anything, I will not hesitate to blast you. You
Where
understand?
are we walking, bud?
To a friend's house.
Okay. I'm gonna walk right in front of the shotgun. Like right up next to where he is.
Okay. He
Like, if he ever moves an inch to the left or the right, like, looks in a different direction, I'm pushing the barrel out of the way and going for a smack across his face. But I'll wait for any opening.
You're like, you kind of outstock. He's kind of stocky, but you outbulk him definitely.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's definitely giving you an extra 3 feet. But
Now, is he gonna, like, how far is this house? You're just gonna walk us with a shotgun at my back in broad daylight?
well, the woods will cover most of our approach. We don't have to cross 1 street or 2, to be fair.
Yeah, well, I'm not walking with you, so you're gonna have to shoot me right here.
Roary.
What? If he's taking us somewhere where we're gonna go die, I'm not gonna go fucking walk with him. I'd rather die out here in the open where everyone can see.
I think we're better off keeping this as a quiet situation, and we keep this as peaceful as possible.
You tell me where we're going right now, or I'm not going, bud.
He said a street over.
He said a
I'm not
friend's
going
house.
far.
I want to know who the friend is. If you're gonna take me to the cops, take me to the cops, okay? I didn't do
No.
anything illegal.
No. Why would I take you to the cops? No
That's what I'm
answers.
asking.
Things disappear with the cops. Answers dry up. No. You're gonna come with me. We're gonna figure this out. I don't know what you're doing here, and I don't trust you either. And until we resolve what your intentions are here, I don't feel comfortable letting down this barrel. Now, if that means you have to eat it, I'm sorry, but I guess we'll do that way, but I don't want no bloodshed.
Georgia will just kind of, she still has a hand on, like, her umbrella, because she needs to walk. And she'll just kind of at this point, a little more still on guard, because there's a fucking gun pointed at them, but slightly more relaxed. She's not walking with any, like, fear, so to speak, not visibly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be like, okay, all right.
Talking just outside the crypt that they were kind of caught snooping around, and under threat of being, quote, blasted, they are going to go take a stroll through the woods, cross a street or two, and to what can only be described as this guy's friend, because that's all that's been said. So with that, yeah.
Can I see if he has any tattoos or anything on him?
Yeah, as you kind of came out, go ahead and roll me a spot hidden. Sure.
Sure. There you are. There you are.
As you kind of look about his person, you notice that there's no tattoos on his neck. No, nothing directly shouting out that this guy is a cult member. What you do notice is that he has still has the shovel kind of looped around his belt and kind of dragging as he brings you along. And you do notice that there's like a sharpened edge on the shovel. But as he kind of marches you forward through the trees and the bramble and whatnot, you find kind of will montage through a lot of bramble and pointing shotguns and silence. And as you kind of stumble out of the bramble onto the main road, you spot the memorial hall across the street. The barrel kind of prods you forward as you're ushered to the memorial hall and across the street and kind of onto into the alleyway to head around back. A person takes notice of your little entourage as you kind of are marching down the street in the misty streets, and immediately turns on heel and heads the other way.
Fucking coward.
With that, you, in the back alley, you arrive at the steel door with a sliding peephole. The man kind of rat-a-tat-tats on the door, and after a few moments, a muffled voice answers. From inside, you hear, 2 million suns? And the Crypt Keeper responds, Verdun and Somme. After a moment, the peephole slides open, and a pair of old eyes peer out and scan you. Why them? Caught them snooping around Mr. Prang. New recruits? The door squeaks open to reveal Colonel Hall, gun drawn, but not pointed directly at you, kind of pointed down. He scans kind of the alley and ushers the group in quickly. Inside, you find yourself in a dimly lit storage room with barely enough room for everyone to stand. Colonel Hall kind of unstacks 2 stools and shoves them over to the corner and says, sit. The door closes behind you.
Georgia will very carefully take the seat, keeping the umbrella kind of sitting between her legs.
Look, if you're gonna fucking kill us, just do it now.
Sit down.
It's not how we operate, boy. I recognize you from a few nights ago.
Yep.
You're new to town. What are you doing snooping around the mausoleums?
As I told this one, we know a thing or two about Prang. We just wanted to say hello.
What do you know about Prang?
Just that he's a distant relative of mine.
Mm-hmm. A lot of distant relatives in and out of that tomb. Especially now these days, you know. So,
Look, you're clearly hiding something from us. If you're gonna tell us, tell us. If you're not gonna tell us, fucking kill us. I don't know what you want from us.
I don't know what you want.
Mirrors.
What do you want? Here. You're obviously not here for Thomas Prang. You said
Georgia,
a little while ago you were...
We're gonna die, we're gonna die.
Roary,
I'm just gonna
Roary,
say, we're looking
stop.
around. Some weird's going on in this town, and we want to know what. Okay?
Excuse him. He's a bit green. Doesn't know how to keep his cool just yet.
I have a shotgun fucking
Roary.
trained to my back. How am I supposed to keep cool?
You can lower that. You can't have lowers the shotgun. Look. Have the Brotherhood reached out to you in any way?
What they're going by.
Answer the question, please.
Is that the Y-neck guys?
Yeah.
One of our members had a bit of a conversation with Sardonicus a day ago. Said to go to some meeting tonight, I think it was.
The two exchange looks. I guess the end of the question is, can you be trusted?
Honestly, I was questioning the same about you, but I think we're on the right, or I think we're on the same side here.
Would seem that way. Kind of, they ease up quite a bit. The gun, he puts his gun back into the holster around his waist, and the other guy steps back and just kind of sits back in the corner. He's still holding the shotgun, but it's pointed down at the ground now. Look, I lived here my whole life. About the last 10 years, give or take, it's hard to not take notice that with no mining and no exports, but the town's still flourishing. Brotherhood is what we call them. They're comprised of the town leaders, and have been running things for, I don't know, longer than I've been around. Never had any hard proof, of course. It's hard to prove this shit when they cover everything up, but about 2.5 weeks ago, Brent here, he points to the gravekeeper, found a man who came up from those tunnels, cut up, half insane, babbling of tunnels, pagan rituals, and other worlds. I don't know what he saw, but I can't say that it didn't confirm my suspicions, if nothing else. Now, if this is what you're looking into, it seems like we might have a bit of a potential ally for once, but you have to forgive Brent for
Oh, well, it's forgiven. His reaction was completely reasonable, honestly.
Not from me. Fuck that. No.
Roary,
You don't
enough.
just put a shotgun to my back. If you thought maybe we were friends, why don't you just bring us here, okay?
Because we
There's
could
no
have
reason
been.
to
Because
Could've
we
been
very
what?
well could have been with the others. We could have
Then
been
you just
members.
showed the others your hideout. That was fucking stupid. You understand that?
They would have shot us dead as soon as we walked in the door.
If it was one of the others, they would have had others in the shadows. That guy who just ran down the street saw you had a shotgun trained to my back. You don't think he's telling the fucking Brotherhood or whatever?
look, we're working with what we got.
What do you have?
Jack shit. That's what you got.
Roary, enough.
Fair. Fair. Well,
Is there
I
anybody
can...
else who's friendly in this town?
It's kind of hard to pick out the allies directly, but
Understandable, all things considered.
Yeah. Put a shotgun to everybody's back. It's hard to make friends.
We did come in knowing not to trust most people around here.
All I know is that hostel over there. It's all bad news.
Kind of
And I
picking
know
that up.
the family that's been running this place. I don't know. Something changed within the last 8 years. They used to be patient, but now everything's on double time. I don't know. Might be just the change in the times, but they're up to something, and I don't know what.
Who runs the town if not Sardonicus? They have quite the hand in what goes on here, yes?
Yeah, he's, as far as I know, the main guy. And I just know there's more of them.
The person who came up from the tunnels. Resident of this town or someone else?
Nah, some guy from New York.
You stay at the hostel?
No.
What did he look like?
Honestly, he kind of beat to shit, I can tell you that, but he's a tough little bastard.
And she'll try to find like a sketch or a photo of Jack,
Gordon. Oh.
if she has one on her.
You don't have an active, you don't have like your case files on you right now.
Fair. She'll kind of describe him the best she can.
Maybe you can come see for yourself. We've been digging this. He kind of goes to the back of the room, and Brent moves over to the side and pulls up a hatch. And he descends a ladder down, kind of without even almost forgetting to mention. After a moment of him being down, he's like, "Well, you coming?"
Georgia will like shakily hop off the stool and make her way down.
What's the crypt keep doing?
He backed off into next to the door, seemingly to the front of the memorial hall, and he just looks at Georgia as he's just chilling. Yeah.
All right. Follow them. The door's not like yeah. I'll just follow them.
Yeah. As you kind of head down, he's like, you descend the ladder into like a root cellar, and as you kind of are climbing down, he kind of pipes up and he's like, "We've been digging a passageway to tap into these tunnels, so we can take a look without going in the main ways. We think they're being watched." Well, we know they're being watched.
All of the locations that do they all have all the plaques? Are they all entrances?
What plaques?
So on Thomas Prang's tomb, there's a plaque on the outside. They glint in the light at night. We saw them in a dream the night before, I think it was. I was honestly checking them out to see what they might have held. I couldn't have imagined that we would have found a trapdoor. Surprised to find it open, honestly.
Fair. Huh. Well, there might be something to that, and we haven't had that piece of the puzzle. Honestly, with that, we might be able to disseminate how they... That would explain how they move around if they have a bunch of spots that they can duck into. That's a good piece of evidence. Well done. With that, we've been, as you kind of holds up the lantern, you can kind of see in this root cellar a knapsack and empty cans of beans and vegetables kind of sit in the corner of the room. A large hole has been kind of dug out in the north wall, and large pile of dirt has been kind of slumped over into the other corner, kind of almost filling it up to the ceiling in a couple places. But as you kind of look through the hole, you see it extends into a long tunnel where you can hear the distant sound of shuffling. There's a faint glow of a lantern light that can be seen at the end of the tunnel.
You found him how long ago?
2.5 weeks, I think is what I said.
God.
What's his name?
No.
Georgia will
Jack.
slowly approach the light.
As you kind of like go to climb, you're climbing in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that's what we were doing.
As you go to climb into the tunnel, the colonel kind of stops you. He's like, "Hey, he's still exfiltrating. I keep on saying exfiltrating. He's still excavating. You don't want to block his way back. Looks like he's on his way back now, anyway."
Bad.
And you see the lantern kind of move closer and closer to you in the tunnel, slowly illuminating the silhouette.
Giving space.
And out of the tunnel emerges a very muddy, slightly more war-torn, and with one more broken nose, Jack Barrister.
I'm glad you're alive.
Where have you been? And that's kind of where we'll cut the scene.
Jack motherfucking Barrister?
With that,
Last time we saw you, you were getting tentacle grabbed into the nether.
Into the nether realm.
The others.
with this session, we've been kind of cruising through what I had prepared. I'm not gonna lie. So it's probably gonna be a shorter one. So do you want to just?
Fine.
We can take a little bit of break and then just kind of finish, and just kind of cut it short.
Sure. Yeah, whatever you need, bud.
But
I'm having fun. This is like if we're I'm with it. Whatever.
We want to keep cruising or take a break or
follow with you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, just because we're down a player, it's a little. I don't want to montage too much and account for.
Yeah, that's the thing is, after having found Jack, I'm like, let's get Melly back to like debrief.
Yeah.
Without going too much farther, but.
Right.
I mean, we still have to wrap up being here and then go to meet back up with everybody. But like, I feel like that's almost something that we can.
I feel like the wrap up is kind of superfluous, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is almost kind of a good place to just kind of.
But I do want to get you caught up to the same point in the timeline, at least.
You mean Billy's side?
Billy's side, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this endeavor probably took an hour or two.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're on their way to meet with us.
Crap, and you never went to the Telegraph station. You're supposed to do that on the way there.
It works out though, because we can go afterwards.
Yeah, fair. So yeah, I'm just going to take a quick BRB. Let everybody take a bio break real quick. We'll be back in like 10 minutes, and we'll wrap up the session.
Sweet.
Dope.
All right. See you soon.
Don't go anywhere.
Hello and welcome back. We're back with Chapter 9. The question. We popped the question. It wasn't the one that normal people pop, but
Yeah.
Don't pop that question. It's a bad question. No.
As soon as I heard it, I was like,
Leave that question unpopped. Yeah.
Yes. We just had a little bit of revelation. Apparently the dude that was totally supposed to be dead wasn't dead. That's a theme of this campaign, apparently.
You should be dead.
You should be dead. Once you pop, you just can't stop. It is true. Very much like a Pringles wrap. But like old school Pringles, not like low budget.
New Pringles where they're small.
This session is
Inflation
brought to you
Pringles.
by Pringles.
Shrinkflation, yeah, that's what it's called. Shrinkflation.
So yes, we're gonna pick back up kind of a little bit later. Just a few minutes, probably like 15. Enough time to walk back to the car after unpacking all that, you know? Where we find Billy Graves and Livi wandering around a graveyard that's completely devoid of anybody. And they find the empty car of Georgia and Roary. As they're kind of yeah, go ahead.
I think that, like, if we would like look around, we might just like kind of hang out by the car, you know. Maybe we're both, you know, smoking a cigarette, playing it incognita.
You offer her a cigarette, and she just kind of grimaces at you.
Politely declines.
No, thank you.
No, if we're smoking cigarettes, people won't be wondering what they're doing out there. They'll look at us and be, what are they doing? Oh, they're smoking cigarettes.
Fair point.
Incognita. Wink.
You're the master. Oh, look, here they come. And as you kind of come into the grounds, and head to the car, you see them being incognitus, as it were.
Well,
How did everything go?
I don't think I'll let Livi tell you about what happened on her side of the story. But let me tell you, from where I'm sitting, and I hold up the stencil of the golden plaque, I found gold.
So did we. Actually, bit of a mine, as it were.
Really? Gold mine? Are we rich?
I'd say that's certainly better off than we were.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you can believe that. He's alive, fortunately. Let's get in the car. Be better off.
Oh, I don't like this one bit. Do I have my shotgun? My new sawed-off shotgun on me?
I assume you always do because it's sawn off, and you just have a very heavy part of your pockets. It's starting to dig into your suspender on your shoulder a little bit.
Yeah. Now that weight is a comfort. I don't like this. What the fuck did you just say to me? You found fucking Jimmy, motherfucking tentacle ass bastard barrister?
Yeah, I'm getting in the car.
Let's get in the car, yes.
I'll get in that fucking car. But if I...
Yeah, we found Jack. Well, we were led to Jack. But he's alive.
We have friends in town, fortunately.
Well, let me tell you, if I smell corn, I'm gonna puke all over this fucking place. You understand me? I don't like this one fucking bit.
From what we could tell, there was no sign of Corbett there, so I don't think that's where he was.
We got a lot of questions to ask him for sure.
Whoa, absolutely. But we do know that there are tunnels underground all across the town where
Are these them like them mole peoples I read about in my pulp magazines?
Quite. But
they got tunnels all over the eastern seaboard. It's very intricate. I could show you some literature that would blow your mind, Georgia.
I can tell you they're not mole people. We'll leave it at that. Now.
Rat people? Fish people. We know they're fish people.
She like visibly cringes when you say rat people.
Look, man, I don't know what we're gonna find here. I'm ready for anything. As long as you just say they're just normal people, ain't no tentacles or anything about it, I'm gonna be a little less suspicious. But as soon as you said, Jimmy Barrister, I'm on the fence. You gotta understand that.
He's alive, which is good for us.
How so?
He's somewhere safe, and we're all working towards the same goal. which is more than we could have asked for coming here.
Are these people from the organization?
No, these are locals.
I still don't trust them, but they seem to know a lot more than we do.
And
Well,
they certainly
seem
have
to
had
know a
eyes on the
different set of things than
situation.
we do, yeah.
I
And
don't
they
like
had
this.
Jack.
I don't
so
know why.
If anything, I at least will be associating with them to try to get Jack to safety.
Jack trusts them. I'm sure that should be more than enough for the three of you.
No.
Yep, I'm with Roary on this one. I don't trust this as far as I can maybe spit.
I'll speak for
I
Livi and say
have
she doesn't trust us either.
No, I'm willing to
Jack
see
might
where
have
it
been the way to
goes,
go.
but I think we should maybe make some precautions. And I kind of hold out my shotgun. I was like, I tell you what, I won't miss this time.
Look,
If things look like they going south, I'm gonna take care of business. You better believe that, Georgia.
and that is absolutely fine to be prepared for a possible double cross. Absolutely. By all means. Be
All right.
ready. Be prepared. But I don't think it'll be quite necessary. I don't think that they're the ones that we really need to be worried about.
Well, your boss told us to trust fucking nobody in this town, and I'm gonna trust nobody. That meant the guy who just led us there, the guy who we're supposed to be friends with now, led me at shotgun point to their secret
the
hideout
fuck?
or whatever. I know. I fucking know. In broad fucking daylight for everybody to see. So,
Let me ask you this: was the shotgun bigger than mine?
it was
Yes.
different, Billy. It was different.
I don't like this one bit. I don't like this one bit.
As far as we can tell, they're against the cult. The Brotherhood, as they call themselves.
Yeah.
They don't trust the cops, which we know already that the cops are directly involved. They didn't seem to be too fond of when I mentioned Sardonicus, so that is also a good sign. I think
We don't
they're on our
necessarily know
side.
what their intentions are either, though.
No,
What they
this
want
is
out of
true.
this town.
This is true.
That said,
However,
do our interests align at this moment? I think probably you're right.
when it comes
Right.
to Jack and dealing with the Brotherhood, absolutely. Especially if the organization is also involved. I think keeping them as close and as allies for now is our best option.
Hesitant allies, because I got a feeling once we hear what Livi has to say, I think that's gonna be a heavy factor in how we play this going forward.
Uh-huh.
As you kind of think you're heading off back to the sea we're in,
Just to
Georgia
reorient
takes-
ourselves for now, yeah.
Georgia takes a left and heads to the railroad station where the Telegraph office is. And as you arrive at the sleepy train depot on the edge of town, cargo is being offloaded from the platform onto a pair of trucks. Kind of get out of the car, walk up the platform to the booth, where a chalkboard sits in the window showing the arrival and departure times. Inside the booth, a woman with red hair and blue eyes takes notice of you and as you approach and smiles. Can I help you?
Yes, I need to have a message sent. Do you do telegraph services?
Oh yes, we do all sorts of telegraph services. We do receive and sending. So all that. Now, I just noticed. What's his name? And she's like eyeing up Roary right now.
Him? That's acquaintance of mine. His name is Pete.
Oh, Pete. Not from around here, are you, Pete? She like twirls her hair.
No.
Oh, you got a lovely little accent. Is that Brooklyn?
Yeah, you been to Brooklyn?
Well, I could get into Brooklyn for sure.
Georgia just
She
kinda
looks you
takes
right
the
up.
paper.
She looks you up and down.
Georgia takes the paper, kind of slides to the end of the counter, kind of leaving space over there while she does her thing.
She objectifies you with her eyes.
Did you need a telegraph or what?
She just kind of waves the pencil at you and goes back to writing.
Okay. Well,
How long are you in town?
I don't know. We're sort of figuring out on a day-by-day basis. Bit of
Okay.
research, you know.
Okay. You doing anything
You from around
tonight?
here?
Oh, yeah. I live
Yeah.
down the street.
Really?
Not too
Okay.
far away, actually.
Yeah, we were thinking of maybe going to see a show tonight.
Yeah? I didn't know they were playing
Yeah.
anything tonight. They usually only do it on Mondays, but yeah.
It is tonight, right? Georgia, that we were gonna go to a show. Is that not a thing? Well,
Georgia ignores the shit out of you.
what the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh,
All right,
she's
well-
someone. You know, she's a little rude for you. Maybe you need somebody who's just a little bit nicer to you.
Yeah,
Pays more attention.
maybe. Well,
Well,
yeah.
you know,
okay. I understand what's going on here, and I don't know. I don't know if
That's
this is a good
okay.
time for me. I gotta tell you.
understandable. You're with your friends. You know, honestly, it might just be easier. And she kind of like rips off a piece of paper and like writes down an address, and maybe just stop by tonight. You know, if you want to.
Okay.
I like them shy.
Oh shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I
were you
feel
done
like
with that
Livy
message?
would have something to say about all this.
Take a note so Livy will hear all about it.
Well, I'll just
Livy's
fold
in the car.
piece of paper between my teeth. Thank you. This was that's a very it's definitely a
Don't mention it.
you've definitely said some very nice things, and you clearly are looking for something, and I'll take that into consideration on my end.
Are you
There we go.
done with your mess? Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
She begins typing it in. And
What do I owe you?
oh, that'll be 5 cents. Seems there is something here for you, Melinda.
Oh,
From a Mr. Knott. And she kind of hands you over a card that it just has 6 lines of seemingly random numbers just scrawled across it. Might have been a glitch or something. I don't know. Somebody's sleeping on the job.
it seemed that way. It does tend to send some eccentric notes occasionally. Thank you, though.
Sure thing. And as you kind of walk away, Roary feels his peaches burning with somebody's gaze. And you head back to the car.
Oh, sorry. What was your name, Miss?
Shit, I forgot.
Uh-huh.
You cut out. Say it.
I'm sorry, I'm going through a tunnel.
Uh-huh. Unidentified NPC number 341.
Yep. There is 341 unidentified NPCs in here because I'm bad at names. Give me 2 seconds. I got it. I just
Mary
need
Beth.
Melinda works considering
Oh.
I'm Melanie.
Yeah, let's add another
There you go.
M name.
There you go.
Yeah,
Another
let's
M
do
name,
that.
right?
That would be great for my dyslexia.
That's it. No, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Bethany?
Hold on. I have
She
the
seems
number.
like a
It's
Matilda.
for Rebecca.
There we go.
A Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Becca.
It's a Rebecca.
Oh,
She's a Becky. Oh no,
Yeah.
she's a Rebecca. That's different. That's different. Be careful with Becky.
Her friends call her Becky, but with an I.
Oh god.
All right,
I'm
Rebecca.
sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Rebecca, yes.
Well, thank you. I hope you have a lovely afternoon.
Oh, I will now.
Shut up, query.
So back at the car.
So back at the car.
Georgia.
I feel like Billy and Georgia are just giggling away by this whole thing.
I love
and I'm
it.
sorry. And as they get in, she's like, "Look, I'm sorry I ignored you, but you did not use my cover name."
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Totally
All
forgot.
right. It's all right.
It's a little flustered. Back at the car, you kind of look at the postcard, and you kind of pull out a fountain pen and kind of begin writing down a series of numbers. Kind of pulling from the card, she takes a sequence of numbers and ends up with what looks like to be just some 7-digit with a decimal point numbers. So from what you guys can understand, depending on your navigation ability and stuff like that, is that this is coordinates. Especially as soon as she unfurls a map and begins looking around, and as she kind of thumbs through the latitude and longitude, she pinpoints a railroad station north of Boston, writes down the station on a card, and heads back to send her message. As you look at her go over to the booth and kind of have a quick interaction, come back, the door closes, and you head back to the inn to decide what you'll do next. And get Billy ready for his meeting.
There was something interesting. Now, Roary.
Yeah.
The actress said something. You mentioned it to Rebecca that we were asked to come by the theater tonight for another show. She said there are no shows on these days.
I will admit that might have been a GM error.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll just come out and say that.
Never mind.
All right.
Unadvertised, exclusive.
Right,
Yes.
just for us.
They're the backroom
sunset.
casting shows, yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Probably one of those things for the lovers of the arts, you know?
Yeah.
I think she might have felt the same way about me that Rebecca does. You know, it might have been like a come back to the theater for a show type thing.
No, something about her was very insistent. Now, Rebecca, on the other hand, she does quite fancy you. And that's up to you if you want to pursue that. I mean, she might have information. She could be part of the cult. Who knows?
I mean, we didn't see anything on her that suggested that, did we? She seemed pretty...
She had these weird Y triangle earrings. No, I'm sorry.
yeah, they were these big hoop triangle earrings.
Yeah. With an eye in the middle. It's weird.
We're fucked. Yeah.
Roary might be if he plays his cards right.
Hey.
She could get into some Brooklyn. No.
Yeah, no, I'm all set. But, yeah.
Flattered.
I'm flattered for sure.
I think while he's doing his little get-together, we may want to, might be a good idea to revisit with our new friends.
Now these new friends, so are like, listen,
met at least one of them.
Oh, who? Which one?
Colonel Scott Hull.
He's a guy.
Oh,
Memorial Hall. Yeah.
interesting. Well, now, are they gonna get upset if I were to attend this this service invitation I have later on this evening? Are they gonna get the wrong idea about my presence here? Do they know that we're affiliated?
A little
Now,
concerned
my
about
attendance
your
there is
rendezvous,
measly for information.
They're concerned about the rendezvous, however, I don't think it's too much to worry about. Just do me a favor, keep your wits about you. This is a cult we're talking about. They can be persuasive. Don't need you
Oh, yeah.
falling into it.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm walking into the den of the Illuminati. Yeah, I'm ready to deal with anything. And like, I've been preparing for this my entire life, Georgia. Don't you fret. Don't you frown. I'm coming in there. I'm getting some information. I'm walking out the same old Billy Graves that you saw before. I'm gonna let some of that euphoria show from my dream a little bit. That may not be well received from other people, but
Yeah.
Hope so. I mean, your optimism's... I mean, if it helps.
Hey, listen. You seen how I shoot? Straight as hell. In and out. No biggie. Ask some questions. No sticking out. Professor Farnsworth, cool guy. You know, they're not gonna see a thing. They're gonna think I'm just some fucking academic wackadoo that's here with some art fucking students or some shit. This is gonna be great.
If I may.
No, you may.
Can you give me the Latin term for the common white-tailed deer?
Yeah. That's the I don't think I do. Why though? Who knows that shit like that? It's a simple white-tailed deer. They're native to all over North America, and there's all kinds of different terms and terminology in Latin. They're not even from the United States, and their language or dialect is completely fucking irrelevant to what the native populations of this land would have called the Sitka white-tailed deer, of which there are numerous descriptions of. So to ask me for a singular definition of a white-tailed deer is purely bogus. And now how's that for academic?
She just looks over at Roary and he's gonna fit right in, quite frankly, I think. Don't
Got a PhD in bullshittery for sure.
Finest piece of bullshittery.
I read a lot. I don't understand it all, let me tell you that, but I do try it.
As you kind of get back to the inn, we're going to kind of do a little bit of a fast forward on the midday here. Throw in a lunch, a brooding reflection in the mirror scene where you wash your face and then kind of stare. For the more angry people, maybe punching a wall. Who knows?
Gotta practice some Latin.
I'm feeling euphoric still, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. There is that like slowly drilling into your head tinge of a headache that keeps on just getting a touch worse, but that euphoric feeling just kind of taking you there.
Yeah, it's like an early drunk.
Yeah.
I know I might feel worse later, but right now, I'm pretty good.
Yep.
So that you're nice and well done before that cult meeting.
Right. Can I do a practice Latin check?
Sure, go for your musty tome.
Musty tome with my clickies. Did I make the clickies? I did not.
Did not.
I did not by a lot.
You did the clackies, not the clickies. So yeah. With that roll, it is obviously a fail. I will say you've had like 3 that are pretty close. So kind of contextually, I'll say that you're getting a little bits of it, but it's still not enough to understand what's going on. Progress is being made, but not enough to have a conclusive answer.
Yeah. And then any other time, if there is any, they don't have to do it this session, but she wants to try to cross-reference the symbols that she got the rubbing for as well. See if she can find anything.
Well, this is written in Latin, so there's not really any cross-references in the library. You'd have to find somebody else.
Okay.
Something else. So with that, you've rested. The meetings are kind of looming. It's about 6:30, and it's time to head out. Billy has to meet at Back Beach which is kind of just north of the cafe and the bakery there. Roary, I think you wanted to sneak into a basement.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, the one on the lighthouse, or like by
The Parrish. Yeah.
chapel. Yeah.
Yeah. The Pigeon Cove Chapel, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Livi has a meeting at the theater to apparently meet with her sister. Proper.
Yeah, I'll see if she feels like she needs, someone there besides just her to meet with her sister. And because I don't feel like my investigation of the parish is like pressing in a way that like I need to do it right now.
Understandable.
Well, yeah, because you were going to do it during the, Billy's meeting, yeah?
I mean, I would if there's an opportunity to.
It's kind of the time slots kind of overlap by like,
Yeah.
so you gotta pick one.
Yeah, I think I'll see at the beginning of the session to like next time what Livy's thinking.
Well, I can go with Livy if you want to.
Oh, that's true.
Up.
I thought you were.
Sure.
I thought you were meeting with the like Jack and those guys.
If there's time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
We will
while
say
you're
that
there,
you
try
put book plans to do something
Yeah.
tomorrow morning and get a proper reuniting of the original group.
Right.
Okay.
They'll just remind you to try to like see the plaque if you have time. It's possible without jeopardizing
Sure.
what you're actually already doing.
Right. With that, we can kind of get people rolling off into their directions at least. So that means that Georgia's heading with Livy to the Rockport Theater, and Roary and Billy will be heading up, kind of to the north of town. I imagine just because of distance, the boys would take the car.
Yeah, probably the best call.
Sure.
So with that, the girls head off. We'll kind of leave that to pick up next session, and we'll kind of roll with the boys for just a small interaction, a couple encounters. So, yes. As you kind of cruise through the town, down towards, or up towards the Pigeon Cove Chapel and stuff, you and kind of Roary and Billy again have a few moments to chat if you'd like to indulge in that.
I mean, what is your plan here? You're just gonna follow them, like do what they say for a little bit and walk as they walk.
Yeah, I mean, they know I'm some kind of stranger. All I had is a conversation with the Reverend for a moment. To be completely frank with you, I don't think I really lied to the man.
No, I guess I mean, if they start to do anything untoward, what's your,
Well, shit. I mean, untoward. What are you? I'm expecting some kind of service. You know what? I'm just gonna sit there and watch.
Yeah, I mean, if they start like sacrificing a crow and fucking
Sacrifice a crow. I don't give a shit. This whole fucking town eats them for some goddamn reason. I'm just gonna sit there and watch. If they want me to eat it, I'm not gonna eat a crow. Nor I'm gonna eat any corn. You understand me? I'm not eating crow or corn. Anything actually that starts with the letter C, I don't think I'm gonna eat it. Collard greens, probably not gonna eat those either, just by association.
Crab? You're not eating crab?
No, probably not.
Wow. Okay.
It's it's not numerology, it's symbology. You know, you
Chips?
gotta
You're not
understand
eating
this. All it's no, I'm not gonna eat a chips. Whether that's a potato chip, a cookie chip, I'm not. If it's a chip of paint, I'm not gonna touch it.
What about
Anything
candy,
with
or
the
is
C.
that more general? Like you eat
I do
specific
like candy, but I'm not gonna.
Okay.
At least for like a week, I'm not gonna touch any foods that start with the letter C.
Okay.
Remember, we all the points we saw. They spelled out things, and like, I'm pretty. Was he one of those things? Listen, we don't need to get too into like the more we analyze it, the more confusing it's going to be.
Yeah.
But listen, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not going in there some kind of idiot. I'm not gonna. If they ask me to sacrifice a crow, I might sacrifice a crow. I might kill a crow, but I'm not gonna eat it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm more worried about them trying to sacrifice you or something, you know?
Do I look like I'm pure? I'd be an awful sacrifice. I'd be terrible. Now, listen, in the off case that it does, and I kind of open up my jacket, I say I got the adjusted shotgun now that conveniently stows away in my jacket pocket. Look. You can barely tell it's there, and it's like totally. It's like one side of my jacket is totally faked out. Maybe I shouldn't take this. Fuck. How conspicuous is this? I think I'm. Shit.
Are you guys are you meeting inside of the chapel? Is that the plan?
I mean,
it's a little conspicuous, but they know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I had it on me when I was talking to the Reverend, so it kind of makes sense.
They know it's not like you're any different from when you saw him the first time.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm just going there, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna see. But listen, if they ask me some questions, I might draw upon my experience. I don't think I need to lie to them necessarily. Lying isn't my best suit, so I'm gonna selectively tell the truth. Which is what I did to the gentleman when we first met.
I wish you luck with that.
Yep. Yeah. It's kind of weird. What do you think of this? So you're telling me you saw James fucking Barrister. I'm a little bit more concerned about that more than anything else.
Yeah, it was weird. I kind of... When I
You saw that man gobbled up.
Yeah.
How many men have you seen gobbled in your lifetime? I didn't see no men's gobbled. I've seen some shit, but I didn't see men's gobbled before.
Well, I mean, I saw Jack get gobbled up into the sky, and then other guy who sort of turned into a zombie or whatever. But
yeah, and you see that other guy again?
Yeah, but not in a good way. So
yeah. So listen, I'm like. Did he look dead? Was he just like, hey, I'm Jack Barrister, I'm feeling great?
No, he was kind of fucked up, but he looked well taken care of. He looked like he'd sort of like,
He looked like he got gobbled?
No, surprisingly, he didn't necessarily look gobbled and chewed up, you know? He looked like he, came out the other side and was trying to, I don't know, kind of like us. He looked like he was lost and he was trying to find answers.
Well, I guess if I had survived a good goblin, I might understand that. You trust him?
No, I don't fucking trust anybody right now. But it was certainly interesting to see him alive.
Interesting. That's putting it nicely. If let me tell you, if some wacko in a graveyard put a shotgun to me and walked me over to James fucking Barrister, I don't think that would have ended right well. So it's probably damn well lucky that you two went there instead of me and Livi.
Maybe. I mean, it almost didn't end well. So.
Yeah. Well, thank God for Georgia. She seems to know a little bit more than. I don't know, at least than I do.
Yeah, if she wasn't there, somebody would be dead in the graveyard right now.
Sometimes that's a comfort, and sometimes that also kind of worries me. I don't mean to cast no light on Georgia, but listen, man, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm having nightmares, and I'm feeling right goofy.
Yeah, I hear you. I do.
As you
I'm tired of feeling out of the loop.
You slow down at Back Beach, kind of look each other, kind of in a knowing manner, and nod before Billy heads out. door closes behind him, and the car rattles off down the road up towards the chapel.
Wait, so the back, like, is that just a beach that he's going to?
Yep.
Standing at a beach?
It's bonfire.
Life's a beach.
Cool cult stuff, man. Don't worry about
Does the chapel overlook the beach?
It's a little too far away, and like it's like in a cove, so it's a little hard to see. You don't have like the angle from the chapel.
Okay. When we were at the chapel before, was there like a car in the parking lot or like in the lot?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of, you got the dirt road heading to the chapel. There's a little lot over to the side, and then over by the parish, there was like a car parked.
Okay.
Well,
Well, if I drive by
maybe
the car, like by the parish, and there's still a car parked there, I'm not gonna go in. But if there is, I'll do a little investigation.
Because it's down a long dirt road, you'd have to head down the dirt road just
totally.
and go down to that cul-de-sac to see.
Yeah, I'll just turn around if there's still a car there. Is all I'm saying.
Okay. As you kind of rattle off down towards the parish, Billy kind of saunters onto the beach, and in the half light of the evening, the sun setting kind of behind him on the kind of silhouetting the trees and the forest behind him. As after you wait for a few minutes, a fancy sedan rolls up onto the beach, and a stocky man with a reddened face steps out of the vehicle and goes to the back and opens it for you. Mr. Farnsworth?
Good evening. Thanks again for the invitation.
Of course. The Reverend awaits. He kind of ushers towards the open door.
Bow my head in gratitude, and that's the only person I see right now?
Yep.
Cool. I'll walk on through the door.
As you kind of take a seat in the car, he shuts the door, enters the front driver's seat, and kind of pulls a U-turn and heads back into town. You drive past Rockport Co., the pharmacy, and the railroad station, and end up kind of turning right, kind of next to the police station just across the street. As you kind of pull up to the sidewalk, you arrive at Bailey's Barber. A white and red pole is mounted on the wall by the front door, and the sign in the window reads "Closed." The driver pops out, opens the door for you, and ushers you inside, knocking on the door. The owner unlatches it and opens the door for you as you enter. The bell rings above you. Two empty chairs sit before you, with two doors kind of on the back wall. While immediately to your left, there's a old checker set left mid-game that's kind of set up in the shop window.
Okay.
A broad man with kind of tan skin turns and as you enter and looks you up and down and smiles. Mr. Farnsworth, I presume?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Farnsworth. I'm a little confused. I thought I was here for some kind of service. Listen, I'll kind of point to my, freshly shaven, not freshly shaven, but I'm more clean cut than I normally
your
am.
trimmed beard.
Yeah. I only usually get a haircut about once a year, so I'm not due for another fucking, 11 months, I think.
Well, it seems that Mr. Sardonicus has scheduled a personal bath, tailor, and shave for you today. Free of charge. Compliments. His compliments, of course. Should I tell him you said no?
That was mighty kind. I'll take the bath, but I'll pass on the haircut and shave if you don't.
It's a bit of a package deal, and I think, sir, if you haven't had a proper shave in a few years, I think you'll be impressed with what I can offer.
All right. Sure. Don't make me look weird now.
Sir, I'm sure
Here
that
makes
you
me
have...
look distinguished.
Indeed, indeed. He kind of humbly laughs with you, and he kind of gestures to the door in the back. The bath is already drawn for you. There's plenty of oils and everything that you'll need to anoint yourself. Afterward, we'll suit you up and give you a shave.
Just keep in mind the Farnsworths have a weak chin, so don't take too much off. See you in a bit. I'll just kind of step in and...
as you kind of... as you kind of get in there, it's a nice warm bath. The big metal tub with the various oils and shampoos and lotions and stuff in there that you honestly have. You're used to a bar of soap, so this is all a little bit out of your element.
Sure.
So you just take a little bit of it and put it
oils
on.
might be a little different, but
You just kind of throw a little bit in the bath and then just kind of get in there.
yeah, yeah, sure.
And as you indulge in this for, you know, a little bit, and
A reasonable amount of time.
yeah, a number of fine suits are kind of displayed before you as you kind of come out with the towel around your waist still. Your clothes have seemingly gone missing. They're being laundered at this moment. Do not worry, we'll be returned to you once we're done. And as you kind of look about the fine suits, there's silk, there's cotton, there's wool, there's anything you could desire, really. Does this fit? The man kind of tailors the experience to you. And after being pampered and
like it should.
after being pampered and redressed, you kind of step back into the parlor, and Sir Donicus is sitting in one of the chairs already. His shave being finished as the last of the lather and is passed over with a straight razor. He kind of turns, he's like, "Oh, Mr. Farnsworth, good to see you. Are you ready for the smoothest shave of your life?"
Well, now I gotta tell you, it's been the shit. I don't know how long since I've been clean shaven. I gotta be real with you. Our Farnsworths have a little bit of a weak chin, so the beard always kind of helped project a sense of importance.
I can assure you that a clean face will define all of the features that you've grown over the last few years you've been hiding under that beard. The barber kind of flourishes out the bib for you as you kind of sit down and wraps it around.
If you insist, then I'll sit down and
As you
not try to freak out as I lay back down as he's about to chop off my beard.
as we kind of leave this moment, we'll go over to Roary, who has kind of turned onto the dirt road and crunching down the gravel and stuff. You approach the chapel in the parish. You see the lights are still on inside, and that there's a car outside, but there's just one guy out there smoking a cigarette. Looks like he's just keeping an eye on the place.
One guy at the chapel?
One guy at the parish. He's kind of on the porch, smoking a cigarette.
Like that, the parish being the building.
Kind of off to the side.
Has the plaque on it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not like a fancy car that's outside still.
No, this is
like
just
the
a
one that was
regular.
there before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like there's a way for me to easily sneak into the parish right now, and I've just driven a car down this road, so I'll do a little Yui.
As you kind of pull a Yui, the guy kind of, you see him kind of take notice of you as you kind of turn around and head back up the road. Kind of, I don't like to do intelligence checks and just be like, here's information that's relevant, but like,
Sure.
just kind of being your character.
The guy?
Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Being your
recognize the
character,
guy.
do you recognize him? No. He's generic thug one.
Huh.
But you do kind of pin him as just the one guy left behind to keep an eye out. If you
Sure.
maybe approached it, on foot, you probably could sneak around him. Maybe even
Alright,
sneak up onto him and just knock him out and take a look around.
Didn't seem like he saw the car coming up the street though.
Oh, he took note, and as you kind of turn around and went down the
Yeah,
street,
yeah.
you can see him in the rear view.
Okay, so you're saying if I parked a little bit away, that he
Yeah,
wouldn't know that I was there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll park a little ways up the road,
Okay.
just like off to the side of the road.
Okay. You'll kind of hit the main street and just kind of go down south a little bit, and then park on the side and
Yeah,
just
I mean,
cut through
not
the
more than like a mile away or anything.
Yeah, no.
Not that yeah,
like a half mile.
yeah.
About 10 minutes out of your way. And as you kind of do that and head back through the brush to kind of approach you approach the parish this time, and as the kind of brush kind of flits by you and branches snag on you, you see the guy out on the front porch. He's just sitting down at the stoop, just smoking.
He definitely hasn't noticed me yet.
No.
Well, the only way into the parish is like through the porch that he's on, right? The window here is too small to get through.
There's a window, but there's also a back door. When you were here before, there was a back door to the parish.
Yeah, is the back door open? I try to sneakily open it.
As you kind of round around the perimeter of the property to kind of make a beeline out of sight, you try the door and it's not locked.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. As you kind of open up the door, you find yourself in a sitting room, kind of off the back porch. As you kind of look over to your right, you see a door and then like a little passageway to what looks like the kitchen in the front of the house. There's two more. There's like a hallway kind of opposite you that seems like it heads back to the bedrooms.
Is there a way that clearly looks like it goes down into the basement?
This door next to you, you kind of open it up, and yeah, that's the stairs down to the basement.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right down.
Okay. As you do so, you enter, you kind of descend to, well, sorry, actually, I forgot. I forgot about one detail. As you approach this door, you find that the basement is bolted shut with 3 bolts, but they are latched from this side. You unlatch them
Interesting.
one by one. Turn the knob and open it.
I am going to what's the best way to do this? I'm going to I'm just thinking about it right now as I'm sort of sitting there, like unbolting these.
As you're unbolting it, what we'll do is we'll cut from you and go back over to Squingle.
Sure.
To give you time to think. Plus, it's a perfect time. If we were going to cut. So back over to Squingle, to Billy, as it were, actually. As you get the bib flourishes around you and gets tied up around your neck, they begin brushing the lather that's warm and kind of soothing in this kind of, it's almost like gives you almost like a swelling warm feeling throughout your body because of this euphoric feeling that's there as well. And As you sit down, as you kind of get lathered up, the barber flicks open the straight razor and takes it to your neck, begins gliding it up along your throat. Jackson Sardonicus speaks up. If memory serves, you were a professor of natural science at Boston State. Is that correct?
Indeed. Sometimes find myself baffled that it's true, but life can be like that now, can it?
And, not Boston University? Never mind. No worries. And you're here to study what, exactly?
No, well, it's a unique ecological system given its proximity to the ocean and the northern currents of winds. It's a couple different unique species to the area that seem a little interesting to at least the board, you know how they can be.
Yes, the board, of course. And your name isn't William Graves.
Yeah. I haven't
The
heard that
blade
name in a while.
rolls over your Adam's apple. So you
I mean,
didn't lose a son to the war?
I sure did. I sure
You're-
did. And I kind of look at him, let the pain show a little bit. Like, yeah, I did.
It's okay. The store was a little thin, wasn't it? No, you are an investigator, aren't you not? Looking for something.
No, aren't we all there, Reverend?
Yeah, there's no need to maintain the pretense here, Mr. Graves.
I understand that, but I think my answer still rings true. Aren't we all not investigators looking for something?
Absolutely. But you're here because we did a poor job of keeping something quiet. He kind of sighs as the last of your throat's being clean shaved. You're here about the kidnappings. You heard.
I think the kidnappings are a symptom of something greater.
I agree. In fact, my own daughter was one of the victims. It's true. Almost 3 weeks ago now. Some madman came. Took my girl.
Madman, huh?
I've been at my wit's end searching for the culprits, but to no avail. Everyone around
Nope.
here is useless. Untrustworthy. 2 days ago, before I set up this meeting with you, I received this ransom note, and he kind of hands it over to you. The guy's moved on to your cheek now.
Uh-huh.
And it, as you can read it, it says exchange 10K for the kid. Turk's Head Inn today, 2 at 10 p.m. Room 204. As I said, I cannot trust anyone locally with this, because they could be involved. I'm so nervous I don't want to do something stupid. So I need somebody on the outside to handle this. I guess the question is, are you willing to help me here?
Well, now, I gotta be frank with you there, Reverend. Hard to give you a straight answer when I have a straight razor to my throat.
Just finishing up your cheeks.
Well, the situation isn't lost on me now. I think I'll give you I'd like to ask a couple questions about this. Make sure I understand what you're asking me to do.
Sure.
It's a little hard to do that, again, with the straight razor at my throat. So how about your man here finishes up and then we talk business?
Of course. I mean, we can, of course, start your inquiry now. He's kind of like 3/4 of the way through the upper part.
Yeah. All right. So, this ransom note, who do you think it's from?
I have my suspicions. There's been a lot of outside visitors, people looking into things. As for the madman, honestly, came in the night, did not leave any evidence. I honestly do not know.
See. Well, so tell me, how do you know who I am?
Well, it's, I have very many friends around the town.
Yeah?
And I've heard that you've been, well, a little bit of a anomaly, as it were. Just some questions were asked, and when I looked into a Mr. Farnsworth at the Boston University, there's no one of that name. So I did a little digging. With a little bit of time, anybody can find anything on pretty much everybody in the States, especially nowadays in the modern era.
God damn.
So I found
databases and government.
I found your will. I found your deeds. I found your son's draft papers. All the official documents. The rest I just put together from your situation. Sorry,
This daughter of yours, how old is she?
She's 12.
I mean, you gotta seem to be a man of some means, if you could find out who I am. And how long have I been in town? A couple days. Say that means you have some resources outside of this town. Gotta have some people operating outside of this city. So that's pretty fucking quick to be able to pull that kind of information. So, if you're a man of means, why are you asking me for help? Seems like you got plenty.
Well, just like you got caught in the paper trap, it's exactly what I don't want to get caught in. Official business means paper trails, signatures, evidence. I prefer this blunder not get out into the public. It could ruin my name.
And what exactly does your name mean to you in this city?
It's my legacy. It's my ancestors' legacy.
Well, now, you're putting me in an interesting position here.
Of course, you would be compensated.
Well, I think that's the question the kind of compensation isn't just some kind of amount of dollars that you can give me. I'm after some very particular things.
And what things would those be?
I want to know a couple things. I want to know about Michael Thomas.
Go ahead and roll me a psychology roll.
Okay.
I can hear screaming from the other room. It's not screaming, it's groaning.
76.
76.
Can
Okay.
I use one of those hands of fate?
Yeah.
I want to use the hands of fate.
Okay. Absolutely, that's what they're there for. I know we're still getting used to them, but try to say it before we roll. But no worries.
I'm also okay with like dealing with the consequences of this roll and saving it for later. So however you want to roll with it, I'm down. I just remembered it after the roll, so let's take the 76.
Okay. We can do that. So as you kind of ask this question, never heard of him. Who is that to you? Is he significant to this? Is he the madman?
I don't know who the fuck this madman is that you're talking about. Listen, Michael Thomas is shit. I'm still in the shave.
The shave's finished up. He's wiping just the excess lather from your face.
All right. I say like,
and
Michael
the whole
Thomas
time
is the reason why ultimately I'm here, man. Let's go ahead.
He's been has his hands kind of clasped like this the whole time you're talking.
Okay. So like, I'm here for many reasons, but finding this Michael Thomas, who was a reverend of the Chapel of Contemplation based out of Boston.
We do have multiple chapters, or at least we did one point. I know that some of the branches had a bit of a dark past. We have done our best to distance ourselves from that.
Yeah? What about a reporter by the name of Harrison? You distance yourself from that reporter there too?
I'm unsure of who this person is. Reporter Harrison? From what publication?
Was it the Boston Herald or something?
Like the Boston Globe.
Yeah.
Who's the Globe?
Boston Globe.
Huh.
Listen, you can't mean to tell me that you could find out who I am in a matter of days, but none of these people make any lick of sense to you?
I know what I know and what is in my wheelhouse and what I know to perceive. We are not all-knowing, despite how we may try.
Listen now. So far, you're not giving me any answers, and I don't have any reason to help you on that. The fact that I don't like any kind of kid getting hurt.
You can always say no and walk away. Just know that I figured I was giving you the answer you wanted. How long have you been
what
here?
would you need me
How
to
many
do?
days? Simply,
What, 2 or 3?
investigations like this cost a lot when you have a lot of manpower. Basically, all I would need you to do is exchange the ransom and make sure that the kid comes back unharmed. I don't know who we're dealing with or what they're capable of, and honestly, I'm a bit of a coward for not doing it myself, but you seem to be able to handle yourself. And I'll give you a 5% finder's fee.
Keep your money.
No,
I'll help you on the condition that you help me, you don't hurt my friends.
Of course. What else?
When's this handoff supposed to be?
He kind of gestures back at the ransom note that's just kind of sitting there on the counter. 10 p.m. tonight.
I take the note. Is it a handwritten note?
It's paste and magazine clippings. Newspaper.
All right. Where does this say the drop-off location is?
The Turk's Head Inn, which is
Head Inn.
down south out of town.
You said you had your suspicions on who this might be. Love to hear some of them.
Well, if somebody's been watching us and decided to have take a moment when we weren't watching to strike, I believe they've been surveilling us for quite some time. If that is the case.
Is this some kind of rival chapter?
Unknown. That is for you to find out if you choose. I just want my daughter back.
Well, as a father, I could certainly respect that.
So do we have a deal? He extends a hand.
We have a deal.
And with the shake, we will cut back to the last bolt unlatching back in the parish house.
I'm just gonna put my knife on top of the door, like wedge it between the door and the wall, and the door frame, so that if anybody moved the door,
It'll fall.
I would hear it fall.
Okay. As you kind of perch it in the door jamb, kind of allowing it to prop open, but if anybody moves that door, it'll just fall down, make a big clatter.
At least give me a couple seconds to get there and try to...
Right. You descend down a set of wooden stairs, and immediately you're already familiar with your surroundings as you step down into it. There's a scent that's kind of mixed in with the kind of stale basement air that's kind of floral and sweet. And as you kind of step down, you see the armoire off to the left, the small cot, a small table that's been laden and adorned with a bit of a tea set, where a little girl with light brown hair sits. There's 2 crows perched on the chairs, and they occasionally dip their beaks in to the teacups and to take small sips of the tea. As she turns to you, there's a bit of a odd feeling of nostalgia that plays on your heartstrings. Oh, hi. Would you like to have some tea? She gestures to the empty chair.
Do you live here?
Yep.
Have you always lived here?
From what I can remember, yeah. Where are you from?
From Brooklyn, you ever been?
No. Is it nice?
It's alright. Your door was deadbolted from the other side. You get locked down here?
Oh, I don't go upstairs. I'm not allowed.
And who doesn't allow you upstairs? Your parents?
Well, yeah, Daddy.
Daddy Sardonicus?
That sounds familiar.
What's your daddy's name?
Jackie.
that Reverend Sardonicus' first name?
Jackson. Yeah.
Why does he keep you locked down here?
It's to keep me safe. Well, and others safe.
What do you mean others safe?
Well, you know, sometimes accidents happen.
I don't know. I also don't know your name.
Oh, I'm Gabby. What's your name?
You can call me Little Pete, Gabby.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, little Pete. Do you like tea? You're not drinking any.
I do like tea, but I'm not much in the mood to drink it right now.
Oh,
It worries me that you're locked down here.
it's okay. I got Hugh and Moog right there.
Those your crows?
Yeah. I like crows. Do you know that, like, crows and ravens are the same type of bird? They're just different sizes.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Gabby, what do you mean accidents happen?
Oh, well. Not supposed to talk about them.
I have some tea, will you talk about it?
That'd be nice. You are pretty big, but I think the chair could... The other adults sometimes sit in the chair. You should be fine.
People come here besides your dad.
Oh, yeah. Occasionally.
Cool.
So... Where... Do you know... Do you think... She kind of seems like she's hesitating for a moment. Do you think I could see it all?
I don't know what you mean, Gabby.
I try. I can see a lot. I don't see it all. It's very hard.
Gabby, what do you mean you can see it all?
Well, like... You know how you see me?
Yeah.
Well, I see a lot more.
Okay. What do you see?
Well, I've seen you before. And then you have, like, friends, right?
Yeah, I have friends.
Yeah, I sent one of your friends a letter. Did he get it?
Oh.
The old one. With the beard.
Really?
Yeah.
What did your letter say?
I knew a secret.
Why'd you send Billy that letter? Gabby?
He seemed lost.
Did your dad make you do that, or did you do that yourself?
Sometimes my dad doesn't know the things I do. Honestly, that's why I'm stuck down here now.
Really?
Yeah.
Gabby. I'm worried about you. I don't think this is a safe place.
As you kind of say this, you hear brakes squeal outside. Well, can we go now?
Yeah, I offer my hand to her.
She takes it.
Come on. I'm gonna actually as she grabs my hand, I'm actually gonna take her and I'm gonna pick her up and I'm gonna sneak out the back of the house. I'll grab my knife on the way.
As you grab her and pick her up.
As soon as I hit the bramble, I'm sprinting.
And you hit the first step to get up the stairs, your knife knocks out of the door.
Yeah, I'm shouldering my way to the door.
With that, with the knock of the knife being falling out of the door, it's cueing that somebody is right there. that is right where we're at end today's session.
Sick.
The fuck? Some weird shit went down here at the last fucking stretch. God damn it.
I had